Hi, and welcome to Pan Branch Designs. And today I'm doing something a little different. I'm just outside and I'm going to show you my garden bed. There's not a lot to see because it's all the same crop, except I call it a crop like it's a million plants, but it's supposed to be all garlic, but there's something else in there that I wasn't planning on having in there for my own personal reasons. So that is my husband's garden bed, and this one is mine. And I planted garlic months ago, and look how tall it is. I don't remember when I planted it. That's why I'm not saying when. But that's a weed, and it's pretty big. So I need to pull that. I need to pull this out. Look at these eggshells in there. Maybe it's because of the compost, but I am allergic to cucumbers. And my information from my plant app tells me that I don't remember which one it was. I think it's this one. And I think this one, I have to double check. That's Sweet William, which I planted last year from seed. I believe it was Dollar Tree seeds, but this is the first time a flower has come up. But anyway, I'm thinking of just letting the cucumber grow, even though I'm not going to eat it. So we just put this water system in that I'm pretty excited about. And so I think there's some strawberry in here too. So I'm going to have to go and see uh, what's what. Oops, I have a plant app, so that's what I used to figure out that that big one is a weed. So anyway, it's kind of annoying. So anyway, this is my butterfly bush. I'm trying not to get my neighbors' homes in the video. That's watermelon from Halloween that I let grow, and I just bought these plants like 2 weeks ago, and I forgot they were out here, and they didn't get watered, and disaster has struck. That's our bridge. That's a whole other story as far as why we have a bridge in our yard. And this is the other butterfly bush. And then, so we're just walking down here. This was a little craft project too, this little sign. So then I put these in. This is called spurge, which is weird. And it's more allergy stuff. I'm allergic to latex, and it's my understanding that it's like a latex like substance if you cut it and get it on your skin. So it's beautiful and it's grown so much. Um, but yeah, I have to be pretty careful about letting it touch my skin. And then this is a small butterfly bush here that we planted last year. And it's not supposed to get very big. So we'll see how that goes. And then here's its companion butterfly bush here. Here's the bridge over troubled water. And then we planted this, which is autumn lily something, encore azalea. And they've already started blooming. They look really pretty. This is another spurge that my husband was going to pull out for some reason. I don't remember why. And then he tried to put it back, and the ground was so hard he couldn't even get it back in there. But anyway, it's not doing so good. Um, I'm not sure what that, I don't know what that is. It's weird. But anyway, here's the other butterfly bush. So I'll have to give a complete garden tour when it's done. This is just kind of quick. And then this area, can I zoom out? Okay, so there's the complete picture of the garden. So this area here, I still need to plant. I have to fix these bricks. I just extended this because last summer, this area ended right here. But a couple of weeks ago, when we were fixing another part of the lawn and we had a lot of extra big rocks, these bigger rocks, I extended this out a couple of feet so my husband would have a place to put his grow bags. So I literally just extended the sort of pad here so that he could put the bags there. This is one of my decoupage projects here. So this side is sublimation. Looks a little lighter than when it started. And this side is decoupage. And it still looks the same as when I did it. And that was in the winter. And now it's April. Funny that the sublimation side looks, I mean, originally the sublimation side was a different color. I mean, it was much lighter, but it looks like it's faded more. The decoupage side um, still looks exactly the same. And even when we had snow and we've had wind and it's fallen down and been on the ground and I had to come out and like pick it up, it still looks good. I have to say the decoupage side seems like it's held up better than the sublimation side, really. But anyway, oh, yeah, that's garlic in my garden. This is a random garlic that I planted. I don't know what this is. A few mysteries in here. Um, and then I don't know why I'm giving a garden tour when I don't know what anything is. Like, I literally don't remember. But there's coneflower. Oh, this is the best. Ooh, my honeysuckle. I planted this in the winter. I bought it on Etsy because I was watching these two guys that garden in upstate New York. Forgot their name, but they were talking about a sensation honeysuckle, and I found one on Etsy. I didn't want to use the kind that grows wild around here because it's an invasive species, a Japanese honeysuckle. This is the worst garden tour because I can't remember what anything is, but I planted this in the winter, and now I need to plant it out here. We just started using these little watering things, so these are my husband's tomato plants. So that's pretty much it. I think these are like, one of these is phlox, one of these is black-eyed Susan, another one is coneflower, I think. I don't remember. That's really bad. But anyway, this is sort of the um, unfinished garden anyway, because I still need to shore up these bricks on the outside. I need to pretty much pick them up, get a better foundation for them. We had an event at Easter and we had people over, so I was kind of just quickly trying to make it look decent. So I have to come back through and fix this. I have some hydrangeas over there that I just planted and blueberry bush. Something dug up my husband's blueberry bush uh, last year. That one, something dug it up. That one, then this one survived. And then those are our hydrangea that we just planted last year. They look so healthy. I'm looking forward to seeing the blooms. And just right behind me is my husband's blueberry bush that survived the attack of the deer. And I think it was deer that did it. And this one's trying to come back. And then this one is trying to come back too. I mean, it looks a lot better actually than the way it looked before. It looked absolutely awful before. I mean, you could see like hoof prints. It was really bad. And then that's the peach tree that my husband planted. I think it was 2 years ago. But he keeps taking the fruit off of it because you can see there's a peach right there. There's another one right there. So he has his own method of how he's trying to like not make it produce too much fruit or something. I don't know. He has some sort of theory. But anyway, so that's the peach tree. And then those are our crepe myrtles. And I know that sometimes people refer to cutting them as crepe myrtle, but I guess we can make crepe myrtle every year. And then this is our wonderful crabapple tree. Right now it looks really boring, but man, just a few weeks ago it looked really amazing. So this is our front walkway. We just did this we finished it up like last week because we had company coming, and I took out all the boxwoods that were on this side And my husband started taking the ones out on this side, but after he started, he tried to do them all at once, and then he was just like he couldn't do it. So we had to have our garden guy take them out, but I took all these out myself. And looks really good. So these are camellias. We did, oops, October Magic Ruby Camellias. And then I forgot what these are. I think these are azaleas. And so because we already had some azaleas here, and this rose bush is really doing well. I checked and it's called a China rose. That's what my app said. But it hasn't looked this good in previous years, so I don't know why it looks so good this year, but it looks amazing. And so another thing that I have to work on, there's a story about this. Like we have the slope here, the water just runs right here. So we're watching it just to make sure that these don't drown. And I think that's why the boxwoods had such a hard time. But oh, and we planted this hydrangea as well. This comes back every year, beautiful perennial. And then we have this sneaky, oh, we put this hydrangea in as well a couple weeks ago. But then this, we don't know why that's there. So I think I'm gonna dig it out and then move it up here, because why is it behind this and why is it so close to it? We think that it just sort of, I don't know, somehow got like it was some sort of accident. I don't think the wind blows. What do you call these? I forgot the name. Ugh, the name escapes me. But we have some here under this tree, here and here, that come back every year. Why is the name escaping me? The deer love them, but they never. They usually last year they bit the tips right off of these two, but they don't bother this one, probably because it's so close to the house. But I just don't like. It looks kind of cool the way it's sort of sitting behind that one, but I just feel like it's just so hidden. So hopefully I can move that without damaging it. Thanks for watching.